Captain Duluth, I thank you for following me to observe the proceedings. By the power invested in me by Lord Mandeville, I promise to consider with all the evidence at hand and render a fair judgment regarding this unfortunate incident. I trust it is acceptable to you. I see no reason to object. After all, we only wish to arrive to the truth, same as you. Mrs. Pendragon, I stress that you, too, have no objections to my participation here. None whatsoever. Alright. Very well then, let us begin. Captain Duluth, pray summarize the details of the incident for us once more. Gladly. A few balls ago, a Subitor Emperador horn went missing from the Golden Saucer's prize vault, located behind the main counter. It was noticed by a sharp-eyed attendant whose shifts follows that of Huge. Through questioning all of the witnesses in the area at the time, revealed that no other person, attendant, or customer alike we've seen behind the counter at the time. But no! It wasn't me! Investigating our records, we further learned that Huge was arrested once for petty theft before being employed here at the Saucer. We have named him a primary suspect, and an investigation is being conducted as we speak. That is all. Thank you, Captain Duluth. Mr. Pendragon already has informed me that you too had been investigating the matter on our behalf. Have you any objections to Captain Duluth's testimony? The true criminal is still out there. What proof do you have that it was Huge that did it? Just as explained, our witness stated clearly that he saw no one go behind the counter, in the absence of any potential suspects. It only stands to reason that Huge is the culprit. Oh, then let's proceed to the next topic at hand. Captain Duluth and his men are all but convinced that Huge is the thief. Have you uncovered any evidence that leads you to believe otherwise? Let's see. If you're sure he did it, then where's the horn? Let's see. If you're so sure he did it, then where is the horn? It is true that we haven't uncovered it yet, but I assure you it is a matter of time. That's hardly evidence of the man's innocence. What exactly are you implying? I propose the horn just vanished in the thin air. The horn was stolen while Huge was still on duty. Let's see. I propose the horn was just vanished into thin air. No. I think the horn was stolen while Huge was on duty. I see. For you to say so with such confidence, I imagine you must have uncovered some evidence, convincing evidence indeed. Well now, I do believe you come to the heart of the matter. Mistress Pendragon, if you would just do what you believe is truly responsible for the crime. Let's see. Let's see. It's not Huge, that for certain. It's not. I don't think it's the captain because. Fine, fuck it. It's the captain! You're not serious, are you? At any rate, it's clear we have been wasting our time. Take the suspect away! Yes, precisely as we orchestrated. Damn it. Could Hood indeed be guilty? Despite all the evidence saying as much, I still cannot believe it. At any rate, we may have arrived at a less ideal conclusion, but I thank you for cooperating nonetheless. To that end, we have prepared a small token of gratitude for your assistance. You may claim it at the stern-faced colleagues here. Well, that ending wasn't what I was expecting to be. Let's try that again. Alright. Let's try this again. I'm gonna find the culprit. Oh, no, shit. Let's try this again. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, okay, let's go. Oliver had explained the situation to me, though it was rather unconventional to reopen the case in this manner. We have a responsibility to arrive at the truth in whatever may be done. As such, I will listen once more to all evidence, old and new, at hand, and to see what conclusion it leads to us. Regarding this unfortunate incident, I trust you have no objections. As such, Master Road, I was skeptical that anything new will come to light. I would have not come to my place to refuse. Well, be my place to refuse. Mr. Spendragon, I hear that you are delighted to prepare for these proceedings. Are you ready to present your new evidence? Yes. Very well, let us begin with Captain Lou's praise summarizing the detail of the incident for those who may have forgotten. I'm just gonna skip this since it's pretty much the same thing. Alright. Mrs. Pendragon, all that informed me that you too had been investigating the matter on our behalf. Have any objections to Captain Dulu's testimony? The true culprit is still out there. What? What could he possibly know that? One of the 10 missing has gone missing. That is a fact. What does you say? Oh ho! Then let's proceed to the next topic at hand. Captain Luz and his men are all but convinced that Hughes is the thief. Have you uncovered any evidence that leads you to believe otherwise? If so, then where did the horn go? Exactly. Like, where would the horn go if he actually is culprit? It is true that we haven't uncovered it yet, but I assure you, it is only a matter of time. That's hardly any evidence of a man's innocence. What exactly are you implying? I proved the horn had vanished into her. I'm pretty sure it was stolen on duty. Yeah, because he said... I'm pretty sure it was stolen while he was on duty. I see. For you to say with such confidence, I imagine you must have uncovered some convincing evidence indeed. Well now, I do believe you come to the heart of the matter, Mrs. Pendragon. If you would just to do what you believe it is truly responsible for this crime. It is... Pipamaya. It's you, Pipamaya. Me? Is this some joke? I am no thief. I'm an officer of the law. Are you sure about that? You best have some proof behind these accusations, or I'll have you hauled to the gallows faster than you can say, Gilbert Mandeville. My venture sense is never wrong. The stone uniform was lawicized. Yeah, that is the fact. And what if it is? That is proof of nothing. You need only look around you to see if I am far from the only lawful in this place. But not all brothers have eyes for MGP. Wait, how do you know that? I mean, nonsense! I have an alibi. At the time of the theft happened, I was at the chocolate race. And I have you know, I won myself a fortune as well. Ha! The joke's on you. Just ask any attendants here. They all remember me. Why? I am one of the most best customers. Lies. I'm pretty sure it's lies. My most serious apologies, Master Mapapuri. Master Maya Bibi? Is this your idea of a joke? The least you could at least have the dignity to call a man by his proper name. Wait. Something's not right here. You just gave yourself away. What? Just the other day you told us that it was your favorite nickname. Enough, Sabano. It would seem our game is up. Gasp! Remark was saluting, if you think so myself. Of course you are correct. Huge is not the culprit. I am, or should I say, we are. Like, huh? What? Master Marapipi? There's two of you! What is the meaning of this? You better have a good explanation for all of this. I am Pipi Maya, the real one, that is. The man who has posed me until now, or ruse, was revealed to be my twin brother, Sasaparon. We also have another brother, some years younger than the two of us. He was our pride and joy, sharp of mind, and fleet of foot. Sadly, one day our dear brother was sickened with a rare, nigh untreatable malady. He was told that he had but moons to live, if that. Needless to say, Soprano and I were devastated when the initial shock had passed. We were left with one thought. If he could at least save the boy's life, at the very least, it could make his biggest dream come true in the previous days he had remained with us. Specifically, his dream to one day sail across the heavens on his very own Saboteur Emperador. I know his wish quite well, have often observed him eyeing his glorious succulent from nonchalantly from my post on security duty. And so, in hoping to grant our dear sibling's dying wish, Soprano and I embarked on a single-minded quest to accumulate as much NGP as we could muster. Soprano, in particular, displayed quite an aptitude for games, and still became known as the saucer's most successful regulars. The points accumulated rapidly in great quantities, but our brother's condition was declining even more starkly. We are racing against time, and it seems destined to lose. So it was the idea that came to us that sheer desperation. We could use the hustle and bustle of the festival as a cover, sneak behind the counter, and pilfer to that which could make one ill-fated man's wildest dream come true. The rest played out exactly as this insightful adventure deducted. Little did I expect to be found out before I could even seek the horn past the guards. Indeed, it all makes sense now. My sincere apologies, good sir. To think that only that we wrongly accuse you, but the true culprit, one of them at least, was the one of your own. Using your position and knowledge as security officers to mastermind such a heinous act, can the two of you even begin to comprehend the gravity of your crimes? I'll see you rot to the darkest god. Wait, I beg of you. Am I allowed to speak for a moment? Okay. I come from a poor family of refugees before they graciously hired me as a saucer attendant. I lived long with my mother, alone with my mother. For years, it was a constant struggle to put the food on our plates. We feared that each coming day might be our last. Often, I would hear my mother sobbing at night, unable to hold back the grief and the pain she hid from her son's sake. One day, her name day was approaching, and I had but one thought. Once, for one day in her life, I would do something that would bring a smile to her face. And so, I got her a ring. Or, more accurately, I stole it. I regretted the act almost immediately, but it was too late. I was soon apprehended, I was dismissed from my job as a laborer, and I was told I will never find work in this town again. With not even a coin to buy a scrap of bread for tomorrow's breakfast, I fell into utter despair. My life, our lives, were surely over. I was certain, if it wasn't that kind soul reached out to me. That kind soul was none other than the very man whose gold rings that I tried to steal. I speak of the owner of this golden saucer, the one and only Lord Gilbert Mandeville. He made me swear a promise that I would never turn to thievery again, and offered me a position as attendant here. If I would obey, I am far from a wealthy man, but the ruinous remuneration has been more than enough to provide my mother and I with a better life than we ever could imagine. I was deeply wounded, of course, when I was judged by a less than understanding history and wrongly branded a thief, and I understand all too well that unfortunate circumstances do not justify turning to crime, and yet, hearing Master Pima speak just now, I cannot help but feel for him. And so, I beg of you, for what little that might count for, do not go overly hard on the man. Your plea has been heard, my good man. Wait, is this Gilbert? It is the man, the legend! Captain Duluth, if I may have the floor for a moment, I would like to make a few propositions. Proposition number 1. In my capacity as owner of the Mandeville Gold Saucer, I hereby give the Papania and Soprano dear brother one Saboteur Emperador on the house. Oh, wow! The horn was a gift, meaning that no theft has taken place here today. Thusly, there is no crime for which you need to answer to the authorities. Can I have one too? I already have one. Such boundless generosity. As for you, Pipimaya and Sasapano, as I said, you need to answer to the authorities for what you did today. You will, however, answer to me. The words of Hughes here speaks to me. In that light, I will make my second proposition. To answer for my actions and repay me for my gift, I propose that you serve as a period of community service to be performed under my direct oversight. Bibi Maya, you're to don a senior saboteur suit and serve as a caretaker assistant in the children's ward at Frondel Promontory. There, you will do your best to provide succor and good cheer to the poor children who suffers as your own young dear brother does. This will, however, require you to undergo a strict training until such time as you are able to perform a perfect senior saboteur simi. Do you accept all these conditions? Of course I do. With pleasure, Lord Mandeville. Now for you, Sasapano. I just say your knowledge and expertise regarding all things Gold Star rival almost any in the realm. It would be a shame to let it go to waste. And so, I propose that you serve as a chaperone for those children suffering from symptoms less grave. You will show them about the golden saucer that their hearts may lighten and they might forget their pains for a time. I trust you have no objections, Captain Deleuze. I am but a humble sellsword in the Syndicate's employ, Lord Mandeville. Any judgment you render, it is my honor and duty to see it carried out. Oh ho ho! Very well then. I do believe we can now consider this matter closed. Nice, I can finally got the case settled. Simply incredible! Thanks to your peerless detective work, my dear friend's innocence has been proven and fair. Justice has been served to all and all, to one and all. Lord Mandeville granted Pipimia and Sutherland a brief reprieve before beginning their sentence, that it may be delivered that Saboteur Emperor to their brothers in person. I can only imagine how his eyes will light in the sight. Truly, you have saved the day in more ways than one, and all of us here at the Golden Saucer are indebted to you. Thank you, my friend. Alright, so we finally catch the true culprit, even though I have to do it like 3 times trying to figure out who is the true culprit from this season event. Didn't really expect, well, granted, I should have suspected because one of the outfits that was stolen from one of the employees is a lawsuit, so it's not that hard to find a Lalafell here that is the culprit, but at least I finally did it, got the true culprit, the case has been solved, everyone's happy, including their brother, where he will be transporting or at least gifting the Saboteur, whatever it's called, the one looking mount or figure or whatever for his brother to at least enjoy before he pass on to the next life. Kind of sad about that he had to grant his last request. And speaking of which, I can understand they did all that just to give one last request for their brother. And thanks to Hughes over here, where he was at the point, speaking out on their behalf, that's saying that he went there, he did all that, and he regretted his actions. And doing so, shared a small change of heart, not change of heart, more speaking up for them to give them a less harsher sentence on their behalf, which is not something I wouldn't expect for Mandeville. Well, I guess just waiting for a good opportunity to come in and rescue the day, but after that speech, he's like inspired to give them a second chance, and hopefully that second chance won't be for nothing. Hopefully they'll learn for what they done and repented for their crimes, and of course be better persons in the near future. So that's kind of nice. And one thing for a fact I want to know is that I'm just curious from last year's Make It Rain campaign. I wonder what kind of quest was there before. But granted, I never done it because I forgot completely. So I need to look on YouTube and see whatever stuff was introduced on that quest last year. So I'll be doing that eventually later. So with that said, I think this is a good opportunity to end this recording. So before I go, I hope you guys enjoyed this long-ass recording session on Final Fantasy XIV, and if you have any comments, put them down below the video as well. And if you like this video, please click the like button. It's very much appreciated. And if you are curious on what I upload on my YouTube channel, you can give it a look. And if you're curious on my content there, you could probably, or if or not, subscribe to my channel. And if you're going to subscribe, don't forget to click the bell icon so it will notify you whenever I upload things on my YouTube channel. And of course, I have 3 projects which are going on my channel, which are Final Fantasy XIV Raid, Trial, MSQ, Role Quest, Job Quest, Minions, Mounts, Trial, Seasonal Events, and of course, maybe, well, not maybe, will be Extreme and maybe Savage content. If ever, will just be Savage. Well, for Savage, maybe not. It's really been up to the air. It depends on our whole grade group if we can actually do those things. But for Extreme, for sure, because we can probably get a couple of randos to help us for that one, in that particular. And as for my other 2 projects, which are the Freight Grand Orders, the Lost Belt 4, which I'll be doing recording session eventually, the seasonal events for Freight Grand Order, and of course my role videos, and hopefully the silverets I'm looking for in Freight Grand Order. And lastly, which will be Persona 5 The Royal, which will be coming back eventually at some point, which I always say at the end of my outros, but for sure, at some point, I will be going back to Persona 5 The Royal, where I have to bench one of my current projects, which is a little bit hard because Final Fantasy XIV and FGO are still very long ongoing until eventually one of them, stops, and I will be doing less content on that, but that will be something down the road. We will see. We will see. So with that, this has been RavenSteve45. Take care, stay safe, and have a pleasant Final Fantasy XIV day.